let's take a look at some emails. And here we go. So here goes some email terms for you. I'm gonna open up the chat real quick. Anybody tell me, what does CC stand for? What does CC stand for on your email? Thank you. We have to do the basics first. I can't tell you how many times I see people mess up. We've seen this, and then it's like they came to a class and we took it for granted that they knew something or that something was obvious and people didn't know. That's right. CC stands for carbon copy. So if something is a carbon copy, that's going to mean that it keeps all recipients in the loop and emails are visible. What is BCC? What does that stand for?
Blind carbon copy.
Blind carbon copy. So blind carbon copy, right, obviously means that it keeps emails private, especially if you're sending out to a large number of recipients. Let me say that again. I don't know about y'all, but I hate you want to find me blocking somebody real quick. Let you send me a huge email and all of a sudden, everybody's emails are there. Mine is visible, and this whole big list, and it's all in the carbon copy like that. I don't want to see that thing, man. Like, sometimes I don't want everybody on your little thing about pass this along. You'll have 7 years of good luck and all that crazy stuff. Man, I ain't got time for that, right? So I normally suggest, and most professionals will tell you that if you're going to email a large group of folks, especially if they don't all know each other or you're not sure they all want to share emails, you might want to keep those emails, blind BCC, right? Blind carbon copy. But it does keep everyone somewhat in the loop without letting the original recipient know.
Al, I'm going to ask a question.
Go ahead, Dr. Lee.
Does anybody know historically where carbon copy came from?
Are they even old enough?
A printing company, maybe.
Good guess. That is interesting. That you close. You know what? It's so funny, Dr. Lee. You done told yourself, and the people who I know this answer.
It was.
There we go. Thank you.
Double form. So if you pressed on the paper, then you got the copy behind it. So it had a mimeograph paper.
That's right. Now, so for y'all younger folks that don't know, let me help y'all out. You ever get a receipt from somebody and they write you a receipt, like maybe for your order at a restaurant or something like that, and they press down real hard and they tear the little yellow piece under the bottom for you, like at the cleaners or something, but they keep the top part for them? That's a carbon copy. That's what that is. That's where it came from. All right. So before communications in the office, you almost always had to make carbon copies of stuff. So you can't send a report to everybody. What you would do is you write your report and there's a carbon copy of it. One of them you keep, depending on what you're doing, it would be 3 of them. There might be yellow, pink under there, a yellow sheet, a pink sheet, and then a white sheet that's on top for the original. And, each one has to go to different departments and the original gets filed away. That's how that works. So email just decided to keep them same terms.
Yeah, and to take it really back, when we used that, the paper that we used, it was like a purple, real dark ink. And I used to hate working with those because I would have my fingerprints all over them. Hands are dirty.
All over your reports and everything. I remember those days, man.
Got the smudges.
Yes. And that's why they don't use that stuff anymore. You're right. I remember them smudges, man, especially if you put it on something that you had to type and now you got to go retype it because you got smudges all over it. Oh, my goodness.
Someone had a question in the chat.
Go ahead. What's a good reason to use CC? What's a good reason to use CC? Okay, go ahead, David. You got the answer for that. What's a good reason for using CC? Do you know?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I know at least one good reason.
Go ahead.
If you're speaking on someone in a conversation, it's polite to include them in that email, and also information that anyone you are addressing needs to know. So it keeps everyone in the loop as.
Yep, I agree. That's a good reason right there. Another one might be someone is introducing someone to someone else. They might be virtually, hey, listen, hey, so-and-so and so Tara and Dr. Lee, I think that you all would be, I think it would be great. You all would be a great connection. And Dr. Lee is such and such, and Dr. Tara is such and such, right? And I think you all would be a great team up, or be some great networking can happen there. And what you would do is you would CC everybody on there. Or if you all, let's say your class is working on a project and you're working on a project together, that's in school or at the company, and y'all are in different locations or different cities or time zones, you can CC everybody on the team. That's a good reason to use it right there, okay? Blind copy, to me, a good reason might be to say, it could be that you are protecting yourself, or I know a lot of times I'll get, like, if someone is taking care of a contract for me, what they'll do is they'll blind copy me on the contract. So that way I know that they did what they were supposed to do. So, if my assistant or somebody is sending the contract out, or somebody placed the order and they filled the order or something like that, then what happens is they'll blind copy on me. There's no need to CC me on there, because the other person that they're talking to doesn't need to respond to me. They don't need to email me, ask me about questions. That is my assistants or whoever is working with me, or whoever's responsibility that is. So, but what they do is they blind copy me so that I will know that they did what they're supposed to do, or so that I'm in the loop as to what's going on. I've had conversations with people about whether or not that is moral. Is that cool, or is that a shady move? It depends. It depends. So that's why you want to be careful, and you want to be careful when you're responding to people's emails, and somebody sent you an email, because you never know if they blind copy somebody or not. All right, you just never know. Reply goes to the original sender, and reply to all means it goes to the original sender and all the recipients that are on your carbon copy, that are all CC'd. So do not reply to all unless everybody needs to know what you're talking about. For example, if Dr. Lee sent out one email and she CC'd everybody here in the class and said, please let me know what size your t-shirt is, right? You don't need to reply to all to that email. You can reply only to Dr. Lee. I don't care what size your t-shirt is, right? I don't need to know. So think before you hit the reply to all button, and also think about whether you should or should not, because another thing you don't want to do is accidentally hit the reply button when you should have replied to all. Like if it's going to your entire team and everybody on the team needed to know something. So just keep that in mind. The last thing is forward. I think the forward goes to a new recipient. That's added without the original recipients. That is, I need to pass this email along to somebody else. I'm going to forward it to you. All these terms, well, most of them, that last one has to do with snail mail. They should say you can forward this. They leave a forwarding address, and that's where that whole term forwarded out to someone else came from. So there you go. There go your terms for emails. I didn't want to take that for granted. I'm glad I did it. I see that a few of you all needed some clarification on that as well. All right. You can also keep a mass email confidential instead of a gigantic email list. Yes, this is very true. I agree. Very good for that one. Okay.